Hi everyone, welcome to the final video on creative problem solving. My name is Joe Nagel, Innovation Director at the Innovation Beehive. Now today I'm just going to touch again on testing, and then we're going to talk a little bit about implementing our ideas. So we talked yesterday about prototyping our ideas and taking what is a sort of actionable idea and turning it into something that we can share with our customers and end users, specifically to get feedback so that we can improve and iterate. Now that really is the testing phase of design thinking. So, when you think about prototyping and testing, you can kind of bundle them into one. It's all about getting back to our customers, getting back to our end users, going back to them for insight on the ideas that we've come up with to solve the challenge that we gathered from them by gathering insight. So, you've done your testing, you're happy with the iterated product that you've created, but it's still in prototype mode, right? We haven't actually rolled out yet. So how do you go about rolling out an idea? Well, there's a few things to consider, especially if you work in an organization. And probably the biggest thing to consider is who on earth do I need to talk to make this idea happen? Now, some great organizations have brilliant idea schemes in place, and then they have a process for testing and validating ideas. If they do, you know what you need to do now. You need to take your idea, you need to go there, you need to get into that system, into that process, and boom, you'll go through it, and your idea will either get a yes or a no. But other organizations maybe don't have a structure in place. So what we have for that is a stakeholder map. So this is where you think about all of the potential people who are impacted by your idea. What are the implications on them? Who holds the resource you'll need to take this forward? Who holds the authority to take this forward? Use the stakeholder map. Map out those stakeholders and think about how you will engage with them. And then think about how you will sell your idea to those people. Selling ideas is a real skill. It's something that draws on emotional intelligence. It draws on psychological science. It draws on selling techniques. And there's a lot of information about that in the online course that I've been talking about this week. So think about how you're going to sell the idea in. Do you take the scrappy prototype, or do you work it up into something more? Do you go to them and say, I need your support to develop this further, so that they then get bought into the idea? And thinking about that, you may even want to bring them in earlier in the process when you've identified the challenge, so that they know you're working on this. Now, how about if you're a sole trader and you're just coming up with the idea, you're an entrepreneur, you've come up with the idea, or you're in a small company, and you just need to get it going. So how do you do that? Well, now is the time when you need to put your money where your mouth is. You need to put your time where your mouth is. You need to have the audacity and the risk spirit to say, I'm prepared to take this forward. And that takes a bit of a leap, right? But if you have followed the design thinking process, let's think about what you've got. You've got a challenge which you've identified based on insight from your customers, so the challenge is real. You've got ideas that have come up as a result of the foundation you built from that challenge, that have come from your head or your team's head, yes, but based on insight from your customer. You know this problem exists. You've come up with a ton of ideas from where you are in your organization combined with where your customers are. You've tested those ideas with your end users, with your customers. You've validated them. You've learned from what they've told you. You've iterated, you've improved. And now you've got an idea or two which have been through this process. Why wouldn't you take this forward, right? Why wouldn't you invest the time and energy needed to make this happen? Because you've tested it with your customers. It's based on insight from your customers. Your customers have been with you from the beginning of this journey. Do it. Just give it a go. So wherever you work, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a small cog in a big machine, design thinking is there for you. End to end, it's there for you to channel your creativity into, because your customers or your end users are alongside you from the very beginning. The creativity happens throughout, and there's a particular burst of it in the ideation phase. You can channel your creative potential into this constraint to generate results, to generate ideas that can make a transformative difference to your customers and therefore to your organization. And that is why I keep talking about design thinking all the time. in every conversation I have, I seem to be talking about design thinking. It is one of the most powerful processes that I have ever encountered, because it is like a sandwich. End to end, you have your customer, and in the middle, you have your creativity. Really powerful. Now, if you want to learn more about design thinking, do please access the online course Creative Problem Solving, which we've developed to help people to release their energy and potential, and to channel their creativity to solve the problems that matter. Check it out, there's a link in the description. And if not, or even if you do want to do that, you can still follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these videos on YouTube, and there's a series of them on our Facebook page. Look for them, find us, engage with us, let us know what ideas you come up with. Be really excited to hear what you do with this new knowledge around design thinking. So look, have a great rest of the day and look out for more videos from us in the future. Thanks everyone.